Yo, what's up? It's Jonathan Belcher here doing this video. And I'm coming out the closet. You know, I'm sharing something personal with you that you may or may not know. But before I go into that, I want to start with our daily affirmations of power, which starts like this, which goes like this. Some of you know it, some of you may not know it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. But we're going to start off with our daily affirmations. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. One more time, because third time's a charm, right? I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy, I am healthy, and I am loved. I believe if you say a simple, empowering affirmation every single morning before you go about your day, or every single afternoon before you start your day, I believe you will be more empowered, you'll be more encouraged, you'll be more motivated and more inspired than ever before to attack your goals and attack your mission and your vision and stuff like that, right? So I've been going for a little while, for a couple weeks. Just really, I'm be honest with you, I've been working wholeheartedly on an album that I have coming out. Yes, I do rap. For those of you who don't know, I do make music. I do rap. Actually got into making money online, internet marketing, because of my love and passion for music. And then I started to create a new love and passion for internet marketing and online business and, you know, being an entrepreneur. But so the last few weeks, you know, I've been going back and forth to the studio, recording with some of the most elite engineers, some of the best producers out there. And I've been putting a lot of blood, sweat, tears, time, energy, and money into this album that I have coming out right now. Now, it's been a while since I've dropped my first project, which is about 9 years ago. But in between that time was a whole lot of just, you know, being in business, focusing on business, building businesses, seeing businesses tank, seeing my income tank, seeing my income come back up. You know, a lot of ups and downs happened over the years. So I say that to share with you that when you're on a path, you know, the most important thing is to have a definite purpose in mind and a vision in mind. Know exactly where you're headed. Know exactly where that destination is. Because otherwise you'll just be going nowhere fast. You know what I mean? So I do want to share with you that I do rap on the side and I make music. And I also want to be honest with you that my music has curses in it. It has curse words in it. It's not extremely explicit. It's not like you can't listen to it. I definitely feel if you're a person who likes hip hop music, if you like rap music, if you like, you know, big artists, if you like people who speak with a message in their music, people who have a pretty good rhyme scheme with their music, then you're gonna love this album, you know, if you do check it out, if you do decide to check it out. So don't judge me, right? I say this to say that don't judge me. I'm sharing with you a personal thing that you probably know already, because I've mentioned doing music in other videos before, but I didn't mention it a lot, you know. But in this video, I really want to talk to you about where I've been and what I've been doing. So I've also been doing a lot of meditating, a lot of getting clear on what I want to set up as far as my music portfolio. I'm pretty happy about where things are going as far as my entrepreneurship businesses and internet marketing businesses. I got that to a certain point. I've built that to a certain point. So now I just want to focus some more time getting back to the music, which was my first love. But I'm here to tell you that don't let anybody discourage you or talk you out of your dreams or talk you out of your gifts or pursuing what you're talented in. A lot of people don't have enough belief in themselves to even have belief in you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to realize that a lot of times when people are projecting their fears and projecting their insecurities upon you and projecting their limitations on you, it's really, they don't know what they're doing. They know not what they do, you know? It's just that, unfortunately, most people don't have the ultimate belief in themselves to go after a big dream, you know? I always tell people, I always tell my students, my clients, you know, think bigger. You know, having a big imagination. What's the point in having an imagination if you're only going to think about basic, everyday, normal stuff? The whole point of having an imagination is to believe in and dream about and see bigger, maybe things that scare you, maybe goals that you thought you never could accomplish, maybe making some type of income that you never thought you could ever attain. I want you to imagine that. Imagine the gusto, imagine the huge, You know, imagine you living in that mansion. Imagine you driving that Maserati. Imagine you driving that Lamborghini. Imagine you driving that Rolls Royce Phantom. Imagine you traveling the world, inspiring thousands of people from all walks of life. Imagine you getting 50 new subscribers on YouTube a day, 100 new subscribers, 1,000 new subscribers a day. Imagine big things. There's really no point in having an imagination if you're going to imagine only the basic things that you can easily achieve and easily attain, because the thing with that is there's really no challenge in that, you know? And I think now more than ever, a lot of people out there are losing hope. Some people are losing faith because of this, you know, pandemic. Many people have lost jobs. But realize that when there's a change in the economy and change in society, it just means that new beginnings and new doors are opening up. You can either choose to hold on to the past and choose to hold on to how things were, or you can choose to make a new decision to start a new path and a new journey that's going to allow you to create bigger and better success, where you can work with, you know, people you love, and people who love you can work with you. And, you know, people can really, really be inspired and really, really love and enjoy your work. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And I'm here to tell you that you got to believe in yourself. I don't care what somebody else has to say. You know, I don't care about what somebody else thinks of you. You know, as long as you're doing the right thing and you're not hurting people, you're not out here harming people, there's really no reason to listen to the judgment that other people cast upon you. Because you may be having this big vision in your mind, but the person with the small vision in their mind is telling you what you should do. You get what I'm saying? And that doesn't make any sense. You know, why would you listen to somebody with a very small vision? And that's no disrespect to anybody who has a smaller vision, because smaller visions are fine too. It's just that everything in life, you have to know your place in life, you know. And I know for me, when I see a man or a woman on a mission, I get out of her way or his way. I get out of the way. I let them go about what they want to do. I let them go to the gusto, and I support what they do. I believe in them and what they do, because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. So that means that in order to really exercise faith, you have to be seeing things that may not necessarily physically may not be there yet. You know, so I say all of that to say, like, you know, I've been working on some of the best music I've ever been working on in my entire life. I feel like in a lot of ways I've gotten better, and in a lot of ways I'm going to improve in the future. But you're open to listen to my music. I put some links in the description. There should be a link to listen to my album. It's going to be on Spotify, on Tidal, on Apple Music, on all the streaming platforms for you to check it out if you want to. And if you want to be a fan of my music, and if you want to listen to my music, it doesn't matter if you've never joined me in business or bought any of my products. You can subscribe. You can subscribe to my playlist, subscribe to my Spotify, and have become a listener to my music. That's if you like music. Now, if you're gonna judge me and say, "Oh, John, he's cursing on his music," or you know, say, "Oh, I don't like that you're rapping. You should only be about business," then don't listen to my music. It's not for you, right? Because that's another thing I want to tell you, right? People sometimes want to fit you into a box and limit you into this box and this idea of how they think what you should do and how you should move. But many millionaires and many successful people that I know in life, they're very comfortable in their own skin, and oftentimes they wear many hats, meaning they may have a real estate business, you know, they may have an internet marketing business, they may have a digital product business, you know, they may have a trading business, a stock business, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Even think of your best artists. They're not just rappers or singers or just actors, you know, they have real estate a lot of times. A lot of times they're part of sponsorship deals with big companies. So this is how you're supposed to diversify your investment portfolio. That's how you keep from being broke, you know, is by setting up multiple streams of income. Now that doesn't mean that you try to juggle 1,000 things at one time. That's not what it's about. When you're trying to create success, you want to focus on one thing at a time. And at different times in your life, it may permit you to focus heavily on certain things, whereas in the past you may have focused heavily on another thing. But in the past, that thing that you focused on heavily, it might be established to a point where you can then disperse your attention and you know, put your attention on something else. So I'm here to tell you that don't feel bad if you feel like you want to do something else besides just business. Don't feel boxed in if you feel like, oh, people only expect you to talk about one topic, but you want to start talking about another topic on your YouTube channel. So what? Do it. Talk about what you want to talk about. share the message that you want to share. It doesn't matter if you have varying messages, as long as it's shared for the betterment of humanity and society. I would advise that. But the way my mind works, and many of the people that I work with and the friends that I have, some of the greatest people in the world with great hearts, as well as my clients, the people I work with in business, some of the greatest mindsets and hearts that I've worked with, some very, very awesome people. And one thing that I realized is that they don't have any limitations. They have belief. They believe in themselves. All the limitations that we have is all mental. It's not really there. The worst kind of prison that you can be in is not a physical prison. It's a mental prison. The worst kind of prison that you can be in is a mental prison in life. So I'm here to tell you that, fuck what somebody has to say negative about you. Fuck that person who's judging you and doesn't believe that you can make it in business, doesn't believe that you can make it to the next promotion in your job, or that boss that's trying to hold you back from getting to the next promotion, or that job that laid you off or, fired you when you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into that job. Forget those people. They didn't mean you any well in the beginning anyway. And then this brings me to my last point that I want to talk about. I want to segue into, because I believe this is very important. I believe that if you start to connect more with nature, like if you just go outside, right, go to a park or go hiking or something like that, I would advise it. Or just go out if you have a nice backyard or something with a lot of trees and squirrels and birds and flying and animals, doing their thing. I would advise you just really paying attention, watching nature, observing nature. And you'll realize that the animals don't move with any type of limitations. They kind of do what they intuitively feel is right to do. And there's a cycle and a rhythm that happens within nature. And when you observe nature, you start to realize, as long as this animal or this plant has the ability to do what its nature is, its instinct is to do, it's going to do it to its highest potential. Look at a tree. I know that a tree stands in one place, right? You're not even a tree. You got a brain. You have an actual imagination. You're mobile. You can move around. But imagine even a tree. Even a tree will continuously grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, branching out. And then from those new branches, create new branches. And from those new branches, they create new branches. And the branches just continuously flow out. And the roots just continuously start to come out. The roots start to really spread down at the bottom, to the point where the concrete above the roots are cracking and breaking, and it doesn't care about what's in the way. It's gonna reach out as far as possible. So if a tree which is alive and living, but it's not mobile, if a tree can stand still and reach its full potential in height by stretching out as far as possible, you can look at the branches as almost as like multiple streams of income, or all of your talents and gifts that you may not have tapped into yet. You can look at the branches like that. If even a tree is reaching its maximum potential, why would you live a life where you're boxed in? Why would you live a life where you're limited? Why live a life where you're listening to what the next person has to say about what you should do? My question to you is, what do you want to do? What do you feel is best for you? What do you feel would be best for the others around you if you did that thing that you wanted to do? What's holding you back? Is there truly anything holding you back? Or is the thing that's holding you back, is it an illusion? And those are questions you can ask yourself, And you can't stay gung-ho on the excuse of using money forever. You can't stay stuck on the excuse of not having enough money before you can invest in yourself, before you can invest into that studio time, before you can invest into that mentorship program. You can't use that as an excuse forever, because you're going to forever stunt your growth. Now, some people think that what I'm saying is not empathetic, or they think that I'm not sympathetic, because I'm trying to give people in the world perspectives that free them and liberate them from any type of mental limitations. But all I can do is tell you how I got out of the mental rut and mental limitations of how I used to think. What got me out of that, I told you, is affirmations, meditations, investing into my education and knowledge, hours and hours and hours upon hours in research. Now I'm doing hours and hours of research on how to get my music out there more, how to market my music better. You know what I'm saying? It's not because, oh, I'm in internet marketing, I know everything about marketing music. Well, I understand it's still marketing, but it's going to be probably a different way to go about it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still open to learning that knowledge and getting educated on that. So I'm doing hours and hours of research on that. You know, how to build a fan base, how to build true listeners who love my music, listeners who would relate to my music, the type of music that I make, finding those people who would love it the most, you know, things like that. So realize there's similarities between me making music and business as well. So why would I say, oh, let me not do music. I can't do music because, oh, I'm an internet marketer and I'm an entrepreneur, so I can't do music. I can't do that because I'm teaching people how to be successful in their business. For what? You know what I mean? Like people there's presidents who are real estate owners and hotel owners and you know, they got a whole bunch of different things going on. You know what I mean? And there's all kinds of people who wear different hats. And I know people who work a 9-to-5 job and they own homes. I know people who work a 9-to-5 job and they got businesses on the side. So I challenge you to get out of this mentality that you can only do one thing. Or you were put here on this earth to only do this. You can't do anything else. In fear of what the critics have to say, in fear of what people may think. I'm not in fear of what anybody has to think. And I would challenge you to not be in fear of what anybody has to think either. I'm not afraid of criticism at all. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of it comes with the turf. As they say, it comes with the turf. I love the supporters. You don't want to support, that's cool too. Hey, it doesn't stop me from doing what I got to do. It doesn't stop you from doing what you got to do. And there's no way that anybody who's really, really a positive thinker and a visionary, there's no way that a person like that will try to talk you out of your dreams. Sure, they may recommend that you try things a different way. They may give you some constructive criticism, not hating on you, not bashing you, not disrespecting you. But if I see you doing something and I feel that you can do it better in a certain way, I'm going to then offer some constructive criticism. But I would never tell you that you can't do that. I would always tell you that you can do it. It's possible. It's more than possible for you to do it. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. Walt Disney said that, right? Walt Disney, the owner of Disney World, said, if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. If your mind can conceive it, you can achieve it. That's going back to imagination, right? It's going back to, what does your mind see? Are you seeing anything? Are you seeing anything besides what's going on in your reality right now? You have to see something bigger. It doesn't matter how small your situation may be. It doesn't matter if you're on a couch at your friend's house. It doesn't matter if you're homeless right now or you're in a shelter right now. It doesn't matter if you have XYZ records and you just got out of jail. You don't got a degree. You don't got a high school. It doesn't matter. What can you see? Can you dream something bigger than what your current circumstance is right now? And all you got to do after that is make one decision at a time to get you to where you want to be. Take it one day at a time, taking one step at a time. Sure, there's going to be times when you're going to feel discouraged. There's times when I feel discouraged or felt discouraged. There's times when I don't know exactly what to do next, but I'm going to do something. You know, there's times when I'm like, how the hell am I going to go out there to reach the masses? I want to reach the hearts and the minds of millions of people in the world. I want millions of subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's taking time. It's taking time. So I want you to know that you're not alone. And this mindset that you're alone is such a detrimental mindset. Because people who have went from nothing to something, they've been through these trials and tribulations. But at some point, you got to muster up the courage and you got to muster up what it's going to take to break through whatever's been holding you back spiritually, mentally, and financially. Because everything is energy. Everything is connected. You got to give out to the world an energy in which how you want people to receive you. The way you reflect yourself to the world is how people are going to see you. So, yeah. I can't wait for you to listen to the music that I have coming out very soon. It might be out in like a week or 2 weeks. But I'll definitely post a link for you to listen to. If you have a streaming service, you'll be able to hear the album. My YouTube for music is Jadis Crete. That's my stage name, Jadis Crete. It's two words. First name is Jadis, last name is Crete. Jaydiscrete. Now, why did it take me so long to make this video? Because I was a little discouraged for years. I was discouraged that somebody may judge me because I want to do music on the side, or that I'm doing music on the side. I was discouraged that somebody would see me only as a businessman, and you can't do music on the side. You can't, why would you do music on the side? You're in business. You're supposed to be teaching people how to market. Well, I'm doing that already. I have that going on as well as what I'm doing now. So that was my fault for feeling discouraged. I don't blame anybody for that. But I felt like blending the two and letting you open into my music world would hurt me in some way, shape, or form. But I don't think that's true. That's no longer true, and I'm not held back and confined by that mental limitation anymore. So as I'm breaking through right now by making this video and stepping out of the closet, you probably thought I meant something else by that title. And people are going to say it's clickbait. Well, stepping out of the closet doesn't always mean you're letting somebody know your sexuality. Stepping out of the closet means that you've just been hiding something and been harboring something, and you're now ready to share it with the world. You're now ready to live comfortably in that truth. That's all it means, you know? So whatever it is that you've been really holding in, that's really hurting you, and you want to step out and let people know into the world what it is, who you are, then do it. You're only hurting yourself by not being open and being truthful with yourself. You're not hurting mom, you're not hurting dad, you're not hurting your brothers, you're not hurting your sister. You're only hurting yourself. And if they can't accept you for being you, well, guess what? Well, guess what? Well, you decide what that means. You decide what that means. You know, everybody has their own path and journey in life. But you have to know that there's a better tomorrow. Joy cometh in the morning. There's a better tomorrow. Joy cometh in the morning. No matter how things may seem right now, you can't let the reality of your situation kill your dreams. You can't let the reality of the situation take you off course from the path, the greater path you're supposed to be on. So what are you seeing in your mind? Are you seeing something bigger? Are you seeing something greater? Are you seeing new worlds? Are you seeing new empires being built? Are you seeing new relationships being built with the people who think like you, the people who act like you, the people who have similar visions as you? Get around some people who have some dreams. Get around some people who imagine very big. And you're going to see the difference, the very difference, as opposed to the everyday mediocre thinker. You're going to realize they believe in you, they believe in big dreams, they believe in big visions. They have to, because that's the only way they got to where they're at right now. Now, some people were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, but not most of us weren't. I know I wasn't. You know, I wasn't born in the most shittiest environment, in the most shittiest circumstance, but I wasn't born rich at all, or had a rich family at all. It's mostly low-class people in my family. Now, of course, I'm headed on to be a millionaire. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to accomplish being a millionaire. That's inevitable. I'm not even worried about that aspect to it. But where I come from doesn't look anything like that. The people I'm around, 9 times out of 10, most times, is not really anything like that. Now, when I go away to events and I watch people, millionaires, speak on stage, and I go backstage and I walk in the hallways and I see millionaires and I have a chance to talk to them, rub shoulders with them, ask them questions, interview them, well then yeah, I get a chance to step into their world, to step into their mindset. And that's when I realize, wow, there's differences here from how the millionaire thinks from the mediocre, everyday average person thinks. You know, so I want you to know that before you can be rich in the bank account, you have to be rich in spirit and rich in the mind. Before you can be rich in the bank account, you have to be rich in spirit and rich in the mind. And don't let anybody limit you. Don't let anybody knock you off your horse. Don't let anybody knock you off your game. Don't let anybody try knock you out of your position. This is Jonathan Belcher. I ask that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. Share this video with 5 friends or family who you think will benefit from this video. I'm going to see you later in the next video. Peace.